Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Broncos going up against the Bills. With that, let's send you up to Orchard Park in Western New York, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, two AFC teams set to do battle as we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. One man in the backfield, that's McCoy. And he'll get it up the middle. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. All right, let's take a look at the offensive starters and the second-round pick out of USC. One to talk about, Robert Woods.
I think a lot of people thought maybe he was ticketed for stardom coming out of USC. Has always been a great route runner, much more of a complimentary receiver, but they can utilize that in a big way and have him open up things in the middle.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on first down. The pass complete to Justin Hunter. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a pickup of 21. And the Bills are going to have a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Woods, 40 yards. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Lynch looking to throw on second. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And we've seen a lot of tackles from that man, Zach Brown, on this season so far. 57 of them to lead the NFL through 5 weeks.
And you know how he gets it done? Speed, speed, and more speed. He's been in the league for a while, so he understands blocking patterns and where guys are going to attack him. And he knows how to slip them and get to the ball carriers very well.
Two-time state champion with his speed in high school and track. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So it'll be first down here after the run. On first down, it's Lynch. And this one complete to Virgil Green. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 53 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the red zone now, here's Lynch on first down. He goes underneath for Anderson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, Anderson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. The offense on your screen now, and our first look at C.J. Anderson.
And what a look it's going to be. Making a name for himself rapidly, running the football.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On 3rd and 1, it's Lynch. Left side here to Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Attention shifts back to Buffalo. They come out on offense 3 straight weeks with a win after the 0-2 start.
And remember when Rex Ryan was the head coach and really under siege, and people were saying, what's going on? What are you going to do? And he made the move to change offensive coordinators. And a lot of people thought it was a panic move. Instead, it smacks of a little bit of brilliance. 3-0 since then.
With wins over the Cardinals, Patriots, and the Rams. McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Let's go! Ryan 38!
Play action, it's Taylor. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
So on 4th down, the Bills call on the punt unit and Colton Schmidt. Fielded at about the 28. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, here's Lynch. Rolling to his right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. First couple weeks of the season, Sanders started off slow, 8 catches. The last 3 weeks, though, he's had 24 catches.
And remember, he did it first with Trevor Siemian. So he and Siemian got in sync, and it continued on with Paxton Lynch this last week. They didn't win the game, okay? Atlanta beat them, but Emmanuel Sanders in a pretty good groove right now, and I expect that to continue.
Anderson. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1, you know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go! Green 38!
Now Lynch on 1st down. And that's incomplete. C.J. Anderson, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Let's go! Green! No. Check. Patriot! Watch him now, Barney!
They snap it at 1. Now it's Lynch. Airing it out for his running back. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 48 yards. And the Broncos are in for 6. McManus now for the extra point. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. On second down, here's Taylor. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Room here to run. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Time to step aside. Back to Buffalo after this. Second down and just 1. They come out here in the eye. Hunter now will go in motion left. On second down, it's McCoy. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Woods the receiver in motion right. On third down, here's McCoy. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Here we go.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start the drive with Anderson. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Screen play, Anderson. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On first down, it's Lynch. Eluding the pressure right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Larry, thank you. A fairly tight game here as we get set to resume play in this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The third quarter starts with a run from Anderson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So this brings up a 2nd and 2. Again, Anderson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people. Because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Lynch looking to throw on second. A dump off to Anderson. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Lynch. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Come on, let's go.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And a short gain here down to the 22. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
One man on the backfield. That's McCoy. On 2nd down, Taylor. Over the middle and caught by the tight end play. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down, but things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
A decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Here's the Bills' kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Well, we have a second after the incompletion. Tom Brady came back, and in a big way this last week, didn't he?
I know he's 39, but he played like he was 29, maybe even younger than that. And I had a chance to talk with him last year about his training and what he does. He really believes in his regimen, and he also thinks he's going to play well into his 40s.
It looked like he could. 400 yards, 3 touchdowns in Week 5. They come out here in the eye. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Now Taylor. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now Taylor hits his target, Hunter. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So he makes the grab and the change move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. To throw again is Taylor. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Denver getting set to take the field. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. After the interception, here's Lynch. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's brought down after a good gain. And now what they want to see here, he's still down on the field. Obviously such an important part of their passing game, and the training staff, they're going to have to attend to him. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They run. Anderson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now Anderson, and he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Detroit! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
On 3rd down, Lynch. And able to find Green. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They come out here in the eye. Now Lynch to throw. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. Screen play. Anderson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of...
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Lynch. A dump off to Anderson. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bills are going to get the football back. And now out come the Bills. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely... more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. They go back to the air here after the INT. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll give the Bills a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The play clock's running down. He's back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out here in the eye. 1st down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll lose yardage. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. They run it again with Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a run with Anderson. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 3rd and 5. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 3rd down now. It's C.J. Anderson. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Don't forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Bills going up against the Broncos. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he motions the wide receiver. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. That one good for 12 yards. And they're going to have a third down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here comes the D swarming to the line. 3rd and 2. Now Taylor. And got a man. It's Woods. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. So opening drive, 3rd down. They go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Buffalo first down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Von Miller coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. On 2nd down, here's Taylor. And his throw here's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. And here's our first look today at this offense.
And let's start with LaShawn Shady McCoy, their star running back. He can do everything. Run it inside, get to the perimeter, and, of course, catch it out of the backfield.
Long, it's Taylor. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Colton Schmidt now to kick it away for Buffalo. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Thomas, the lone receiver left. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out. And got his man. Complete. 30. 10. 5. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 94 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with the new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. And wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
Taylor, they got a man over the middle. It's Woods. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
3rd down and 1.
Here we go.
Now Taylor going to hand this one off to McCoy. 2 100-yard games on the season now for McCoy after racking up 150 against the Rams on Sunday.
A few games ago, head coach Rex Ryan made a change in his coaching staff as a new offensive coordinator, and he's going to make sure he feeds the ball often to LaShawn McCoy, because that's how they're going to operate best. Run first, McCoy sets the tone, and then Tyrod Taylor can throw play action off of it.
This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Here we go now. Green, 39. Detroit. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. Let's go, baby.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And Green with a catch left side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. Lynch now throwing on 3rd. And able to find Green. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide. It doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. It's Lynch again. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
On 2nd down, here's Lynch. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. To the ground, Anderson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Anderson against the Falcons, 41 yards on 11 carries. And, you know, you total up the numbers. 84 carries this year, 3.5 per.
And what they're used to getting from C.J. Anderson is 3.5 yards per carry. That part, this is kind of normal, but they're also used to getting that big home run shot from him. All right, you remember against New England in 2015, he finished that game in the snow with a big jaunt. They need more of that, him being able to get to the 3rd level into the secondary. And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Try and run a sweep to the core. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
There's so many things that go into playing the position of linebacker. Some of them are actually subtle. Doing the drill work that you do all the time in practice and carrying it over to the game. Get rid of blockers and get to the ball carrier, knock him down for a loss.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go. 38. Black round.
3rd and long, it's Taylor. And that is incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that brings up 4th down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They come up in an offset eye. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Green with a catch left side. Now it looks like we got the big tight end still down after the last play. Well, you can bet that they would hate to be without his services. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing again here, Lynch. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down.
Gone! Here we go now. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, Lynch. Flushed out right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And here come the Bills. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So the D gets the sack on 1st, and now it brings up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Now Taylor on first down. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Taylor now off the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and it's third down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Taylor with a draw to McCoy. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
And Carpenter knocks it through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Second and 10. It's Lynch again. Finding time. He's going to let it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Now Lynch on first down. Backing up, and they take him down. The Bills get to him. Adolphus Washington. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Lynch here off the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's got a man complete. That one goes for 36 yards. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Watch left. Tight end to the left, left.
In the backfield is Anderson. Lynch to throw. Flush to his right. They find some open field here. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Handoff comes to Anderson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way we do it.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for the Bills. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. And give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Shift together here from the D-line. On the counter, here's McCoy. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Second down now after the incompletion. Here's Taylor. And this one caught by Hunter over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And just like that, it's third down. Now Taylor. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job one. A touchdown certainly would have been nice. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you get the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
4 down, 4 down. Hurry up, here we go.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Adolphus Washington in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Paxton Lynch on 3rd and long. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Kyle Williams. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's taking it around the 40. Down the number. numbers. There he goes. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Reggie Bush, 59 yards. And the Bills are in for 6. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Here's Lynch. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. They give it to Anderson, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Lynch looking to throw on second. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Now it's Lynch. And he's got Hireman. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 32 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
In the backfield is Anderson. The slot man in motion right. On 1st and 10. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Adolphus Washington able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. A fake to Anderson. Now it's Lynch. A dump off to Anderson. And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
On 3rd down, Lynch. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. And that play didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. Here we go. Lynch on 4th down. And he comes back with one complete. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And they're able to move the chains as they convert on 4th and long.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. Here's Anderson, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit. Try it that way.
In the backfield is Anderson. On 2nd down, here's Lynch. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. John Phillips, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. Lynch going to try and throw for it. And this is caught. And they've got the lead here in the 4th. They didn't want the tie. They roll the dice and they take the lead.
That felt like a tone setter, didn't it? Forget tying the ball game and feeling like we're just hanging with you. We're going to go ahead and push it to a 1-point lead, and that just changes the complexion of the whole game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Bills getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive in with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Second down following the run. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll look to throw. Charles Clay is tight in the intended target, and it's 3rd down. And if the defense can hold here, this ball game is over.
And they're thinking more than just holding. They're thinking about a takeaway to finish things off.
They'll look to throw. He's got time. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Let's go!
Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. It'll be a gain of 6. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They didn't try and reinvent the wheel there on fourth down. Pretty simple play call, pretty effective.
Pretty much a big boy play. Going to a big guy on that route in order to pick up the first down. I think they're just thinking to themselves, who's going to be able to stop him at that size in this situation?
They couldn't stop him there, picking up the first down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they're going to speed things up here.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. This remains a 1-point game. The defense did their job. Now the offense here late, they just need to kind of hold on, seal this victory.
And the defense did it so well, didn't they? Didn't allow any points and got the ball back for their offense in order to close out this game. What a great feeling for both sides of the ball.
It'll be a better feeling if the offense can just seal this in and see if they can do it.
You trying to say the defense doesn't want to go back out there again?
That's correct.
Okay.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there. And it's a first down for the Broncos. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Webster. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.